Hey guys, it's David from Red Wagon Dioramas. It is now Sunday morning. I'm still in Nashville at the ICCC convention. This is the final day. It's kind of a shorter day today, but it does go till I think 4 in the afternoon, or maybe 5 today, I'm not sure. The cosplay contest is the last thing today. So I thought I'd film this quick little video for you guys, just to kind of tell you, recap day 3, Saturday, which was yesterday, and kind of preview what's going to happen today. And anyway, just kind of tell you what happened. I decided to film this one straight out because the live stream was giving me trouble, so I'm just going to post this as a straight video without any editing or anything. So treat it like a live stream with all my whatever unedited bits. So yesterday, basically, I planted my butt in the main hall, the main stage, for most of the day because they had all the big main panels yesterday. It started with a panel by ILM, which was awesome. They had, I'm using my cheat sheet here, they had Lauren Vaught and John Goodson. So they talked about their careers and how they started, for everything from doing, painting props to making animatronics and doing stop motion, and then getting into like model making and set pieces and all that stuff for a lot of movies in their career, but they were really heavily involved with the prequels. So Lauren Vaught is the artist who did the blue makeup for Ayla Secura for Amy Adams, for Amy Allen, excuse me. So she was on there, and John Goodson did most recently designed, he built the actual Razor Crest for the Mandalorian show when that was the first model of that ship before they did CGI versions of it. So he built an actual scratch built model of that. And then he also designed the Skeleton Crew ship, I guess. So I'm looking forward to seeing that pretty soon when that comes out on Disney Plus, I think in a month or two. Anyway, fascinating interview with those guys. They were great. They had great stories. And then Amy Allen came out on stage with them, and they had kind of a reunion moment because they hadn't seen each other yet, I guess for a while. So that was cool. And Lauren had shared those resin props of the Felucia plant life that I shared on my Instagram yesterday. So those were I don't know what they were made of, but it looked like some kind of resin, and they were mock-ups for the plant life that was going to be on Felucia. So she said she built the models, and then they kind of used the CGI, to kind of enhance that and make it for the actual scene. But that was cool seeing real props from the production. After they were done, they had they had another panel with Amy Allen again and Michonne Barag, man, I'm butchering her last name. Anyway, Ayla Secura and Aura Singh. So those two, I guess, have become real good friends over the years because they always do conventions together, and they both had very short bits in the movie, anyway, they're just sharing about their career and how they got involved in it and everything that's happened since then. And it was a cool panel. It was fun. After that was Billy D. Williams, which was crazy. That was really cool. The room was packed. They cleared the room. They let the VIPs come in first, but I did manage to get into the second row. So I have footage, but I've got a lot of the back of the head of Eben the Collector. So if you see this video, man, yeah, that's your neck and ear and stuff that I'm trying to get around to get the shot of Billy D. Williams. But the panel was cool. I didn't realize he's 87 years old. So yeah, it was fascinating. He had a lot of interesting things to talk about. His agent, who was up there and running the show, was really good, really talented guy. Brought a kid up at the beginning to play sabacc, to play cards with Billy D, and the kid won the signed card. He ended up being the son. He was the son of the woman I met earlier in the day, who I was sitting next to for several of the panels. So it was pretty cool. I talked to her a bit beforehand, and then after, and they were just out, just ecstatic about the whole experience. So it was just a lot of real good positive energy in the room, and so that was a cool panel. I'll share some footage and more about that later. Then I took a quick lunch break, ran out to the food trucks, I think I got some tacos. It was pretty spicy. So I missed the round table with the Kenner toy designers. Unfortunately, I wanted to be there, but I just had to get some food, and because right after them was Warwick Davis. So I got right at the beginning of the line for Warwick Davis, and I was front row for that, and I got great footage of the whole panel and a bunch of still shots, which I shared on Instagram already. So that was pretty cool, although it was a bit weird, I'll be honest. At the beginning of the panel, like the first 5-10 minutes, there was like this this like antagonism between Warwick and the interviewing host who does all the interviews. He's great, and it was kind of like, I don't know, it was kind of combative until they finally, I don't know, something broke loose and the rapport started, and then it was all smiles and laughs and funny stories. But it was a little weird at the beginning. So, but I really enjoyed that panel. That was a lot of fun, and I did get my picture with Warwick the day before on Friday. So he was the main, celebrity that I wanted to see, and that was great. So he had some great stories about Star Wars and Willow and Harry Potter and Leprechaun. They even touched on a little bit. A lot of fun. And let's see, what was after him? Then they had one more panel with the 3 of the pilots from the original Battle of Yavin in Star Wars New Hope. They had Biggs and Wedge and Gold Leader. So that's, I'm cheating here, yeah, Garrick Hagman, Agnes McGinnis, and Dennis Lawson, of course. So those guys were up there and just kind of talking, about their careers, and the most interesting part was just how they were sharing how they had no clue what they were doing when they filmed. They didn't even know what an X-Wing looked like or a TIE fighter looked like. They were just had pages on the script of, look up, look down, shout, on, fall in or whatever, attack position, whatever, all the lines they had. And they were just sitting in a chair with a camera in their face, with the suit on and the seatbelt and somewhat of a back of an X-Wing or a cockpit, the Y-Wing. And that was it for their part. And they filmed their lines and they were done. Biggs obviously had that other scene too, which was cut. But then they found out later when it was a huge hit, and they had no idea. So they were all sharing how crazy that was, that Star Wars turned out to be such a big hit when they had no idea, what they were stepping into. So that was a fun panel too. And there was one more panel after that. Mike Havens was doing a live auction, but I took off and met up with my brother-in-law and my nephew, and I think we got some. Yeah, we went to dinner. We got some burgers down in the hotel restaurant, which was good. It was good food, actually. And so last night was, really it was the big party. That was the Boonta Eve party. The courtyard there was live bands playing like most of the night from, like, I don't know, probably from 7 to 11. There was live music, people just drinking, having fun. There was room sales again, but I did not go to any of the room sales last night. I was pretty tired, honestly. So we came back to the room after dinner. We started watch some TV, watch Planet of the Apes. And then we decided we were going to go out and film some lightsaber bits. So we got my nephew's lightsabers, and we were just being idiots out by the street, running around with lightsabers and filming some fights and stuff. So that was actually pretty fun. And then back to the room and crashed and watched the rest of the movie, and that was it. So it was a very full day. I did get a little more time in the trade show, talked to a few more folks. I did not buy anything yesterday because I really wasn't shopping. I was just kind of doing footage. I was trying to get B-roll for the channel, and just attending all those panels, which was really my focus. So that was a recap of Saturday. I know a lot of people were just having fun partying last night in the courtyard, and the music, and all the celebrities are just milling around, all the guests and everything. They're all down there just hanging out with people. It's crazy. And I would say also the other thing, it wasn't that crowded yesterday. I really thought Saturday was going to be like, standing room only, packed to the, bumping into people in the aisles. And it really wasn't that bad. So I don't know, maybe I'm not really sure. I just expected more, but it made for a good experience because we weren't always tripping over people all day long. And the panels, we all got into the panels. Billy D. Williams was packed the most, but I mean, Warwick Davis actually had empty seats in there, and it's not that big of a room. Probably, I guess maybe a couple hundred, maybe 200 people or something. So this convention is pretty cool because the guests they're getting are pretty awesome, and it's not hard. It's not a big, it's easy to see them, easy to meet them and everything. I mean, I had no line for Warwick Davis Friday when I just kind of walked in the room, and there he was. Billy D had big lines for him most of the day yesterday. Anyway, so that's Saturday. I do have a lot of footage. I'm going to edit some more, professional recap videos, which is just a ton of editing to do. But I'm going to do a video on the lobby sale, the room sales, some of the panels. Oh yeah, I forgot. I did have a really cool interview yesterday. I interviewed Kim Simmons, who did all the photography for Kenner. So he's got books online. I think his site is The Man Who Shot Luke Skywalker. So you can look him up, but he's selling books of all his photography. But he also did a small little book where he just chronicles how he built several of his dioramas for his own collection, for some of his own photos in recent years. Like he just did this over the last couple of years. And so I bought that book, got it signed, and I did about a 10, 15-minute interview with him about how he built his Dagobah diorama, and a little bit on the Sarlacc pit and the Katana diorama he did. So I'll definitely put that video up when it's ready. It was pretty cool. And at breakfast time, we were in the hotel breakfast, getting the breakfast buffet, and Kim and his wife were right next to me, like and sitting with Ron Rudat and his wife, and they're from Massachusetts. So we were talking during breakfast. It was crazy. So yeah, it's very friendly, casual feel to this convention. So, which is what I expected from all the coverage over the last couple of years. So again, kudos to Mike and Andrea and team. You guys did an awesome job. And I wish I had one of those cool blue staff shirts with the Max Rebo on it. I guess I'll have to volunteer to get one of those. All right, let me transition real quick to today. Today is the last day of the con. I'm looking at the schedule here. What is it? I know there's 3 panels today that I want to attend. And let me see where they are. That's Saturday. And yes, so there's a couple more toy designer panels today. Freddie Tommen is talking about Kenner Toys, his work there. He's doing that at noon. And then Tim Eifler is talking about Jurassic Park toys. So those 2 panels back to back on toys, which I'm going to be there for that. And then after that is the last special guest panel, and it's with Anthony Forrest and Paul Blake, who are Anthony Forrest is the Sand Trooper, said move along, and Paul Blake is Greedo. So those guys I think are going to have a fun panel, and I'm definitely going to be there for that and film that one. And then there's a trivia panel with Kevin, and then the cosplay contest. But I think I'm going to miss the cosplay contest because I got to get on the road and go down to my next destination, which is a friend of mine who I've never met in person. He lives about 3 hours south of here. So I'm going to go visit Mr. Gary Avery. And Gary he's been a friend for about 5 years through Facebook, through the Star Wars Custom Galaxy group. And he's a big Black Series collector. And if you've seen some of my streams, he's the guy on there who's always 3D printing the giant TIE fighters. He made the blurg that I have in my collection. So he works with John at Layered Creations. He prints out John's stuff. And anyway, I'm looking forward to it. So he's only 3 hours away, so I'm going to go visit him tonight. I'm going to crash at his place. And that'll be fun to film a video with Gary and hang out in person for the first time. And I want to get to hold those giant TIE fighters in hand and that Phantom shuttle. So I'm a little excited about that as well. And that's kind of my preview for the day. So I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. I know everybody's been commenting and stuff. I just haven't had time to respond to comments and the Wi-Fi signal's been kind of rough in the hotel. So I haven't been able to do much social media while this is all going on, but I'll catch up, and I'll definitely be sharing a lot about this convention because it was really great. And I do encourage you guys to keep following the website and the pages on Facebook, and see if you can make it next year, because it's pretty cool. All right, I'll wrap it up there. Thanks, guys. Leave me comments below if you have any questions, and may the Force be with you. Bye.